Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you Achamat that push this word in truth and in sincerity. Amen. A lot of shit is happening in the society, and over in Largo, Florida, it was a big ass tornado that ripped through Largo, Florida, also North Dakota, that killed 3 people, and most of the Midwest, and it's headed towards the south. It's headed towards Minnesota. So that's the Most High bringing the plagues upon the world. You know, so the ultimate plague is that thermonuclear destruction is going to come upon America. But before that, we're still waiting for the Alpha D microchip. You know, that's hovering over America and the whole world, because we have this dude Kennedy talking about having people wear a wearable tag. It's going to be, you know, leader to the Alpha D microchip, inserted in your skin, you know? So without further ado, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into Isaiah, the 34th chapter. We're going to try to run through this whole chapter, because it's a short chapter, but, you know, Lord willing, we get through it. All right, bro, go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah 34 and verse 1. And the title is The Day of the Lord.
The Day of the Lord, right, exactly, bro. The Day of the Lord, slack it, I ain't mean to do that, bro. I wasn't paying attention. The Day of the Lord, you know, is when Yahweh shall crack them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance, right along with that assembly of great nations pursuant to Isaiah, pursuant to Jeremiah 50 and 9, that's going to be shooting missiles off on America. That's why when you go to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down, it talks about how the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunken, because of the fact that missiles are going to be shot off from the east to the west, from the west to the east. Yeah, brother.
Isaiah 34 verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, world."
That means the people in America and all over the world, the 2/3, Esau, the rest of the nations, come near to hear the words of the Most High Yahweh Shah, because the internet is spreading this word throughout the 4 corners of the earth. There's no excuse now. I'm talking about the 2/3 you niggas, man, that refuse to get right. You TikTokers that come up against the men of the Lord. Yeah, bro.
And if I could add too, the Lord is making it, doing the work a lot more
easy,
accessible. It's not like back when the apostles had to go to the library, travel here, travel there, look up this book, look up that book.
You can Google everything.
Right, yeah, and even with like now when you use chat GPT, I can never say it right. Chat GPT.
Yeah.
You can literally just Google up scriptures, and for the most part, it'll give it a breakdown. You can say, give me a breakdown of Jeremiah 1 verse 5 and give examples. And ChatGPT will go into all the scriptures. It will give you examples. It'll even go into the history, and it'll give you the whole breakdown, some of the understanding, you know, because the apostles teach us, you know, things that we research. We got to like split the bones out of it, but for the most part, it makes it easier to go into the scriptures, and it breaks it down. It says, and all the things that come forth of it, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
That means the Lord already, in another dimension, America has been destroyed. The kingdom is set up, but we living out the Most High's movie. He said he have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them, all the armies of the world, to the slaughter. When you go to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, the first verse on down, it talks about how Esau was so afraid, but yet there's fight, man. Why? Because the Most High put the spirit on Esau to fight. Now, because if he don't fight and he surrender, that means he could become tributary. But the Lord don't want that. The Lord want this devil to be in slavery, man. The Lord want this devil to get punished severely. So therefore, he gonna put the spirit on him to fight, man. Esau's military against Yahweh Shah and the angels. And you ain't gonna fare well. You ain't gonna fare well at all. Yeah, bro.
I got precept.
Yeah, bring it up.
1 Thessalonians 5, and we start from verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren. Ye have no need that I write unto you. It says, for you yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
That's why you got to be circumspect and you got to watch, man. It tell you in 2nd Ezra 9:1 to measure the times diligently in itself, man. And we see everything that's happening, that's spoken about in Matthew the 24th chapter, the 4th verse on down, was spoken about in 2nd Ezra 9:1, earthquakes, upwards of the people. We see these things happening, so we're gonna be circumspect. We're gonna watch, you know. And those that's on point, they're going to see. But those that are blinded, pursuant to Isaiah 6 and 9 on down, the Most High blinded you. Most High put an angel out there, which is a spirit, to blind the 2/3 that they can't get this truth, man. And that's what we're going into, man. You can't get this truth. If you're not a part of the elect, if the Most High to open your pineal glands, you can get this truth, then hey, man, you may be slated for destruction, man. Yeah, bro.
It's verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Okay, real quick. Yeah, finish that out, Slocky. Finish that out, bro.
It says, sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Now you got, this is leading up to this scripture, but you got Donald Trump having a ceasefire with India, Pakistan, a ceasefire with, he brokering these ceasefires with India, Pakistan, Israel, and Iran, you know. And now they saying peace and safety, but that's not going to happen, man. Because the Lord's going to, even though the Lord ignite a fire, but he quell it because it's not the time. But nonetheless, America is going to be pulled in pursuant to Jeremiah 50 and 45. The least of the flock shall draw them out. America's going to be pulled into that war because the Lord is going to allow these these so-called Arab nations to kick shit off, man. You know, so yeah, bro.
Going back to Isaiah 34 and verse 3.
So real quick, there's no peace and safety, man. That ceasefire means shit, man. Everything is up to the Lord. The Lord wanted to be a ceasefire for a period of time, but it's going to pop off again, and he's going to kick it off again, man. Yeah, bro.
Oh, if I can add too, since you mentioned there's no peace and safety, a good example of that was when Trump had an interview where he was telling that he's giving Iran a certain amount of time, and Israel just started letting them with missiles off. So Trump seemed like he was stressed out, and he said, yo, I gave them a certain amount of time, and Israel just started just going crazy. So he said they don't know what the F they doing, and my son DJ Trump seemed like he's kind of like he's had it with Israel, man.
But you gotta look at this right here too. You got they're not bombing Iran no more, but now they continue bombing the Gaza Strip and bombing Lebanon.
Yeah.
You know, which is controlled by Hezbollah, which is an Iranian asset controlled by Iran, Hezbollah. So, I mean, they just kicking off. I'd be surprised if we survive, if America survive to 2028. Because we're in that time where prophecies are kicking off heavily. Yeah, bro.
Continuing in Isaiah 34 and 3, it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall melt with their blood.
Now, the mountains represent governments. Their slain shall be, read that again with Baba Kashaf.
Isaiah 34 verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out.
Their slain also be cast out where? Onto the ground. After the nuclear destruction, after this fierce fight that's going to take place before the nuclear destruction. But when Yahweh Shah comes back, he's going to tell you the slain of the Lord shall be many. They tell you in Jeremiah 25 verse 33 on down, man, 32 on down, how the Lord is going to bring death and destruction, and the slain of the most, and the slain of the Lord we're going to be from one earth to the next, man. You know, from one part of the earth to the next part of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrasing it, bro.
And their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Exactly, yeah.
It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Now, when you go into that word host, it means armies. All the armies of heaven means rulership. All the armies, all the armies of the rulership of Esau should be multiple blood, man. Talking about those who have nuclear capabilities: France, Germany, Great Britain, America, Israel. Then you got Russia. They're Edomites too, you know, but they're not a part of NATO. They're not a part of the beast system. Yeah, bro.
It says, I'm going to read it again from verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree.
All the armies of the Edomite kingdom shall fall. That's what it's going into. That's what it's talking about. All the armies of the Edomite kingdom shall fall like a fig. Yeah, bro.
Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
And what's the sword of the Lord? ICBM nuclear missiles, hypersonic nuclear missiles, supersonic nuclear missiles, conventional nuclear missiles. It's going to be bathed in heaven. Heaven means rulership of Esau. Yeah, bro. The so-called white man. Yeah, bro.
It shall come down upon Idumea.
Idumea is a Greek word for Edom. Edom, Esau, the so-called white man. Yeah.
And upon the people of my curse,
who's the people,
judgment.
Who's the people of the Most High's curse, man? Was not Cain, was come back in the reincarnation as Esau, curse of the Lord, stripped of his pigmentation. Then not Esau come back with a lack of pigmentation. The people of the curse of the Most High is these Edomites. Yeah, bro. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. The sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams.
All that's a metaphor for the people that's in the land of America, which is Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, and certain parts of Russia, certain parts of North Korea, certain parts of Iran, certain parts of Pakistan, India. Because the earth is going real to and fro like a drunk. But guess what? This is a metaphor, because the big altar is America. Yeah, bro.
For the Lord Yahweh had a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Now, the modern day Basra represents America, and the land of Idumea is America. So the Lord Yahweh, white Yahweh, shall have a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, which is America. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. So what we have here is a great sacrifice of all the nations that's in America. If they don't flee to their own countries, they're going to be slaughtered. 2/3 of you Negroes, especially Native Americans, that's fucked up in the head, that can't get it, that's kissing the so-called white man's ass, they're going to die with the white man. It's how I say it, though, join hand in hand, the wicked shall perish, man. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, man. You know? Yeah, bro, you got that?
Precept.
Yeah, bro.
Matthew 24, verse 36. It says, but of that day, and this is Yahweh Shah speaking, but it says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Yeah, break it up, bro.
Yeah, so basically Yahweh Shai is letting me know that no one knows when he's coming. Yahweh Shai don't even know when he's coming. Only one that knows when Yahweh Shai is coming back is the Heavenly Father.
When Yahweh Shai put that, when Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh tell Yahweh Shai, listen, go down there and take this place over.
Yeah. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man to be.
And that's perfect because the Apostle Gabar put a video out of how the earth was destroyed by water and everybody didn't take account. But now the same people that were destroyed in that flood, they're gonna be destroyed by fire. And that's a perfect analogy of what we're going into right now. Because what happened is, you got these Edomites in 2/3 and the rest of the nations dwelling in America living carelessly, man. Mocking the prophets. The same thing they was doing during the time of Noah. They was mocking Noah for building a boat. Because at that time there was no such thing as rain. Because the dew of the grass, the dew of the earth took care of if you ever been in the South or in another country, when you wake up early in the morning, it didn't rain, but when you go outside and you go into grass, the grass is wet. That's the dew that replenish the grass and the vegetation to grow. But the Lord had it to rain. But before that, it wasn't raining. So they was mocking Noah. The same thing they're doing now, mocking us. Somebody's gonna be doing nuclear destruction. The same spirits is back right now. Yeah, bro.
Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Basically in this day and time, it's like that Biggie song, man. There was partying and bullshitting, man.
Party and bullshit.
Right? So it's gonna be too late, because by then, when the Lord come back and deliver his men, people gonna be like, oh shit. It says 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah, what's going to happen is when the Lord Yahweh give that okay to Yahweh Shai to come back to invade the earth, everybody's going to be taken off guard. Everybody's going to be doing what they do. Living, having a good time, marrying and beating and giving in marriage and just doing what they do until them skies get cracked or until martial law comes about, meaning when all hell break loose, then they want to take heed to what's going on, because it's going to be too late. What the hell is it? It's going to be too late, man. Read that again, bro.
Matthew 24, verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Jake don't have a clue what's going on, man. They don't know what's going on. They don't know that we're at the end of Eastern society, so they gonna continue doing what they do. Hot girl summer, niggas out there doing what they do, But when all hell break loose, then they want to be seeking for answers, but you ain't gonna get no answer, bro. Yeah, bro.
Going back to Isaiah 34, verse 7, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness.
Yeah, that's talking about the land is gonna be totally destroyed, man. Totally destroyed. Yeah, bro.
Verse 8, for it is the day of the Lord Yahweh vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Hey, bro, when you go to Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14 on down to 15 on down, it goes into the great day of the Lord, man. And the controversy of Zion is all these different nations having their hand in inflicting us, man. Having their hand in enslaving us. So guess what? The tables are going to be turned. All these nations that had their hand in inflicting the sons of Israel, we're going to enslave you. And that's rightfully so. Started with Esau Edom, so-called white man. Then when you go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it goes into who have afflicted us, who are enemies. The number one is Esau, then you got Ishmael, them Arabs, then you got Moab. See, when you go to these Moabite restaurants, eat their Chinese food, they don't give a fuck about you. They just want your money. They're in your hoods, inflicting you. I don't trust them Moabites because when you look at the Moabites, right, what they eat, they don't eat what you eat. They're cooking what they're cooking, but they're not cooking that shit for them to eat. They're cooking it for you to eat. Check them out. You ever seen them, bro?
Yeah. That was back when I was in the world, and I used to, fuck with that, shrimp, pork, fried rice shit. They used to always be drinking soup or some type of vegetables. I've never seen a Chinese person eat nothing that they were selling in their stores. For the most part, they was eating damn soup all the damn time, man. Or something with vegetables.
Or steamed fish.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten Chinese food in years, That shit is fucking poison. But anyway, let's get back to the scriptures.
Isaiah 34 and verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the lands thereof shall become burning pitch.
That's thermonuclear destruction. Concentrated fire from them chariots, man. We can't get around that. America is a great altar waiting to be destroyed, man. America is a great big altar, and all the people in America is a sacrifice. Let's go. Let's continue, bro.
Verse 10. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever.
That means for a certain period of time, the land of America is going to burn. Then the flames are going to die out. It's going to be a big ass desert. It doesn't mean that America's going to burn forever. Nah, it's going to die out, and after a certain period of time, just like when you go back to 2001, the World Trade Center, it burned for a certain period of time, but after that, it died out. Yeah, bro.
Because the scriptures tell you that the land of America is going to be a land inhabited by doleful creatures, man. Just creatures of the desert.
He's going to tell you that in a chapter.
Oh,
keep on going. He's going to tell you.
Verse 11.
How many verses we got left?
I think from 11 to 17.
Yeah, come.
Verse 11. It says, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it.
These are desert creatures, birds, desert bird with buzzards. Cormorants is another bird. They're gonna possess it,
The owls also and the raven shall dwell in, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion.
Because you're not gonna know where the fuck Washington was. You're not gonna know where Louisiana was, New York City was, New Jersey, because it's all gonna be destroyed. Okay, bro? That's a line of confusion. Not knowing what the hell, because it's gonna be a total desert. Yeah.
It says, and the stones of emptiness.
Because it's gonna be an empty wasteland.
Verse 12. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all their princes shall be nothing.
The nobles is talking about Esau, the hierarchy of Esau, which is the international bankers, man. Because pursuant to Ezekiel 39 verse 14, they all going into slavery. Because there's going to be separate continuing employment. Pursuant to Isaiah 19 verse on down. 19 on, I think it's like the 24th chapter. It says they're going to separate continuing 19, Isaiah the 24th chapter, the 24th verse, somewhere around there, they're going to separate out continuing employment. They're going to punish the host of the high ones that are on high. Slakia. When you go to Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse, they're going to separate out continuing employment. What's that employment? That word employment means slavery. Yeah, bro.
Verse 13. And the thorns shall come up in her places, nettles and brambles in the fortress thereof.
Because nothing's going to grow here. Everything's going to be a total desolate place, man, like a desert. After the dominant destruction that the Most High is going to bring upon this place. We just living out the Most High's movie because this all came around. Everything came to pass already, you know? Let's go.
It says, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court of owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the stayers shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest.
Because this place is going to be a total desert. It's going to be a total destruction. So you're going to have all kind of doleful creatures. You know, you're going to have wicked spirits here. Everything's going to be dwelling in America because it's going to be a forbidden zone where nobody's going to be able to come to. Let's just face it to where, let's just face the facts. America's going to be destroyed, man. And everybody that's not right, that's a part of the 2/3, you're going to be destroyed right along with this bitch. Yeah, bro.
Verse 15. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate.
All the desert creatures is going to be here, man. All the foul spirits, man. This land is going to not be inhabited no more. This land is going to be a habitation of foul creatures, man.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
What's the book of Yahweh? These scriptures, man. Seek ye out the book of the Lord Yahweh. None shall fail. Because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Every prophecy is going to come to pass, man. America's going to be burnt with fire. And everybody in it that's not right, that's not a part of the that's not a part of the 1/3, that's not going to be beamed up, they all going to perish, man. Including the 2/3 of Israel. All you politicians, all you jakes that's running for mayor, running for Senate, running for whatever you running for. You're part of Esau's system. And when the time comes, you're going to take that, see it. Just to be destroyed pursuant to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. You're going to be destroyed. Yeah, bro.
It says, for my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them. Verse 17. And he had cast the lot for them, and his hand had divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
Because once Esau go down, he ain't gonna need his land no more. He's gonna be a perpetual slave. So Judah's gonna possess that land. So there's no need for Esau to be, you know, he gonna be a perpetual slave. That was it right there.
Yep.
So hey man, destruction is coming to America. America is nothing but a big ass altar. And the first man to bring this out was the Apostle Tahar. That America is a big ass altar waiting to be destroyed. And that's just how it is, man. If you don't believe it, that's on you. But America's gonna be destroyed. It's written in prophecy. We just playing out the Lord's movie. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'kakodash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the great millstone. With that, Shalom.
Shalom.